Welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off, the podcast where three Salt Lake City-based film critics argue about movies. I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Adam McDonald.
And I'm Brooks Bird.
Welcome, guys. Episode 2. This means we're a thing.
I know. We're over the hill now. We've got one out there in the wild.
Looks like we made it.
I think it does. It's pretty exciting. I should say for the listening audience that Adam's a little under the weather. He doesn't have his full voice today, so he's going to be losing pretty much every fight to Brooks and I. He just doesn't have the strength.
Pretty much because I'm coughing a lot, so every time I go on mute, they're just gonna like ream me.
Absolutely. We're just gonna take all of your ideas and shred them. So for this episode of Big Movie Mouth Off, we're going to review Glass Onion, Rian Johnson's new Knives Out mystery. Then we'll take a little break and we'll come back and we'll talk about our personal top fives for 2022. It's that time of year, award season, and we'll talk about the things that we saw that made us the most happy last year. Then, of course, we'll do our Guilty Pleasures, Murder Mystery Edition. And then we'll talk about some coming attractions. First things first, let's talk about Glass Onion. But before we do that, let's listen to a little bit of the trailer.
Hello! Oh my God!
Crew, we've arrived. Disruptors have assembled.
Welcome, gang. We got a great weekend.
Who's that?
Benoit Blanc, the detective?
Mr. Blanc. I cannot overstate my gratitude to be here. When's the murder mystery start?
Okay, guys. Glass Onion. This is the second time Rian Johnson has taken his Knives Out idea to the masses. I think we all loved the first one. Can I say that?
No.
Oh, absolutely. It was easily in my top 5, if not. I think it was my number 2 that year.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I do worship at the altar of Rian Johnson.
I do too. Brooks, were you being sarcastic, Brooks, or you didn't like the first one?
No, I did not like the first one.
No,
I was in the minority.
I would say so.
I felt it was slow and plotting and unfunny, and I never cared about any of the characters, whether they got their comeuppance or not.
I'm wishing that your voice wasn't working, Brooks, because that is totally wrong. Well, let's talk about Knives Out, the second movie, Glass Onion. So, Adam, why don't you quickly run us through the plot of this one?
Yeah, so we got Daniel Craig back as Benoit Blanc. He gets invited via mystery puzzle box to the island of a billionaire, Miles Braun, played by Ed Norton. And Miles is setting up his own murder mystery for his friends. The what do they call them though? Not the
Disruptors.
Disruptors. Thank you. They've been friends forever, and there is one person there who they weren't expecting. Her name's Andy. And she was betrayed by them back in the past, and all of a sudden things start going weird, and there's twists and turns, and there's a murder mystery that you weren't quite expecting, and it wasn't Miles Braun's. So
yeah, the murder mystery you think you're going to be watching is not the one that eventually needs to be solved.
No, not at all.
Just like the first movie, this is very much an ensemble cast film. It's a small, tight, very, very high level cast. I think this one is cast really well. Miles Braun is played by Ed Norton. He's basically the Elon Musk of this universe.
Yes.
And
supposedly unintentionally.
But
well,
it actually,
I would say so, because this movie was written and filmed like years ago.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't filmed years ago, but it is interesting how real life has kind of coincided with fiction.
Rian Johnson can tell the future.
Well, if you've seen Looper, he can at least tell the past.
Exactly.
So, all right, I'm going to jump in first on this, and then you guys can say your piece after. I went into this movie thinking I would enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one, which I really did like.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks is wrong. I'll say that again for the record. And I actually liked it more. And that's hard to do, because the second iteration of something is often doomed by being judged against the first, and it almost always measures pretty poorly against the first one. That's not the case here. I think that the script is tight. I think it is cast incredibly well. Janelle Monáe is so good in this movie.
Oh, amazing.
She is so good in this movie. It has Catherine Hahn, which I think is, for me, a great way to make me love anything that you're producing. I'm such a huge fan. I love the story. I loved how funny it is. I loved how well it's acted. I loved how much everyone seemed to be enjoying each other's company. I was just all in on this from the beginning. What about you, Brooks?
Well, considering how I felt about the first one, I honestly wasn't weary, because I'll give anything Rian Johnson does a try. I'll watch whatever he makes. And the cast was great. The trailer looked like it was going to be something new and different. I thought it was funnier. The cast is better. The plotting seemed a little tighter. I can't wait for the next one.
Adam?
So I already said how much I love the first one. It was in my top 5. This one, as you'll find out soon, may or may not be in my top 5 of the year for this year as well. I loved every second of it. I know when I walked out, and Brooks, you and I were talking about this, is that as much as I love this one, I think I like the first one a bit more back when we were talking, because there was just a spark of magic that the first one had, because like you said, Counts, it is that first time out. It's the original. We've never seen this before.
Right.
But that being said, I've now watched this movie like 4 times in a row. It's my favorite thing to show people when they come over and they haven't seen it yet. Because I do really think the ensemble casting in this one is a lot tighter. They all work together more. You can tell like they got along well on and off set, because the characters, you can tell there's that chemistry, which you don't always have with an ensemble cast. I love the fact that there are some fun twists and turns, including one about halfway through the movie, which all of a sudden you're like, oh, I get it now, because you find all these red herrings and what you think you know, you didn't know. And I love when they kind of pull that trick on you. And it's a lot of fun. Exactly. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun once you know everything to go back and watch it again and catch the things that were hidden in very plain, obvious sight.
Oh, yeah.
That you didn't notice the first time. And it's kind of like if you were Benoit Blanc watching the movie for the first time, he would have been finding the things that you didn't see. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I loved every second of it. It's my most watched movie of the year, definitely, now that it's now it's available to stream and outside of just screeners and in theaters. But I can't recommend it enough. It was a near flawless film for me.
Well, Netflix did something really weird with this by allowing it a theater release period that was like a week long right before Christmas.
Was it November, right?
And then they pulled it and then put it back for just a week right before Christmas. And now you can see it on Netflix, right? It's available to stream now, which is great. So
that's how we watched it.
Everyone should do that. This movie, guys, for me, shouldn't work as well as it does. I mean, it's first of all, like I said, it's kind of been done before. It's just basically elevated Clue. Do we really need it? It's also got
Clue is dumb.
Well, it was, and this is not, but it's got Daniel Craig.
Not the movie. The game.
Right. Daniel Craig doing an amazing Foghorn Leghorn impression. It's got so many things about it where it shouldn't work.
A gay Daniel Craig too, we should mention.
Right.
Oh my.
That's true, but it shouldn't work. The ingredients don't seem strong enough to make it as good as it is. It should be fun, but it shouldn't be as wonderful as it is, top to bottom, as a film viewing experience. Ed Norton for me is somebody who kind of comes and goes. And I think this is one of the best things he's done in a while. He embodies this character perfectly.
I think it's kind of how he is in real life too, because he's kind of a jerk.
Well, that's what I've heard too. And I don't know him, obviously.
He's very hard on set.
I've heard him do interviews and he seems like a tough sell as a personality, but he, I think, had a great time with this and it was obvious. And he seemed to be there with everybody, which I think was also obvious and, really made this ensemble cast click. Because if he didn't work, if that character wasn't well rendered, then this whole thing would have fallen apart, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as much as the movie starts out about him and it does, everything kind of revolves around his character. The stars of the show are still, of course, Daniel Craig is Benoit Blanc and Janelle Monáe, but he's not in it as much as he needs. He's in it as much as he needs to be, but he's not over in it, if that makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, if his character wasn't played the right way, then again, in the movie, he's the center of that friend circle, the disruptors, and he's the cause and end of everything. So he does end up being that linchpin piece. And I think he just nails it perfectly because he's got that smarmy, smart mouth way about him, cocksure. And then as things start to unravel, you see the panic in his eyes and he just devolves quickly to this scared little kid kind of guy.
The part I love most about it, and I think this has to do a little bit with the twist you were referring to, but he's set up at the beginning as the most brilliant guy in the world. And you learn pretty quickly that he's absolutely not, which I think he sells. He sells really well. I think if you are listening and you haven't watched this film, you're getting the sense that this is an anthology project. It's a different cast completely from the first movie. Daniel Craig is the only returning person. So I'm assuming that if there's another Knives Out mystery, it will be the same, that it's going to be a different cast, different place. Benoit Blanc as our guide through this new group of people and new experience. Do you think it's got legs for that, guys? Do you think it can last a few more iterations?
Well, I mean, he's already started writing the third one. And I do wish that they would stop calling it a Knives Out mystery because it's a Benoit Blanc mystery. And isn't that what they set up in the first one? Aren't there books or something?
Like in real life or in the movie world?
I can't remember.
I don't know. People should write us and tell us, because I'm actually not sure about that. But you're right.
Remember.
Knives Out is so much the point of the first film. It kind of it is strange to call it a Knives Out mystery.
Rian Johnson hates that they're calling it a Knives Out mystery.
Oh, you think that?
Totally agree with him.
You think that was a studio demand?
He said it was.
Yeah.
He has stated that in multiple interviews.
Interesting.
The reason why I could see they're doing that is
it's marketing.
It's marketing.
Makes sense.
People know what Knives Out is. You say Benoit Blanc, and people who they wouldn't know, but like
if you
say Knives Out, right? Yeah. You say Knives Out, even people who don't know
because it's a movie title.
Yeah,
right.
They've heard
movie title versus character.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are worst fates for a project. If it helps sell and if it helps get people into the theaters, it's fine with me, because I think people really do need to see this. So let's talk about our scores. Remember, Big Movie Mouth Off goes on a 4-star system. Half stars are okay. Quarter stars are not.
But 10th of a star is.
No, guys. No, you know better, Adam. You know better, Adam. All right,
Brooks. It's the medicine I'm on. The steroids are messing with my mind.
Well, your voice sounds pretty good so far, so I think we're in good shape. But Brooks, since you were so wrong about the first one, you're going to go first. What do you score Glass
Well, I would have
Onion?
given Knives Out a flat out, at least a 2. So since this one is, twice as good, I'm going to have to go with a full 4 stars, especially after a rewatch. And as much fun as it is to rewatch, it's, as Adam pointed out, so much more fun to watch with someone who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, that's the preferred way to go. Like, obviously enjoy it with your friends and family, and then bring someone with you. But all my friends, I'm like, you have to text me the moment you finish it. If they're, my friend lives in Eagle Mountain, and she was texting me. She's like, "Oh my God, rah, 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 rah." I'm like, "I told you, should have watched it 2 weeks ago."
Well, I think I know where you are, Adam, based on what you said earlier. But where do you score this?
Oh, I'm right there with Brooks. 4 stars. I mean, I love the first one. I would have given the first one 4 stars had I been doing this. It's funny, it's witty, it's smart, and it never makes the audience feel dumb, which a lot of times whodunits or crime movies do. It invites you along for the ride and wants you to play the detective as well. And if you don't get it, it doesn't make fun of you for not getting it.
It also doesn't cheat.
True.
Oh, it really doesn't. That's absolutely true. I'm going to betray the whole point of the show, which is that we argue by agreeing with you guys completely. I think it's absolutely no. I think it's absolutely 4 stars. It was for a time in my top 5 of the year. As we'll see momentarily, it has fallen slightly out, but it, I think, is one of the most fun, most enjoyable movie going experiences I had all year long. So definitely 4 stars. So 4 stars for Brooks, 4 stars for Adam, 4 stars for me. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about each of our individual top 5 movies of 2022. And we're back with Big Movie Mouth Off. I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Adam McDonald.
And Brooks Bird.
Okay, guys, now we're going to talk about our top 5 films, each of us individually for 2022. We're going to start with all of our number 5 films. I'll go first. My number 5 film of the year was RRR.
That was my number 4.
That was my number 3.
Bollywood. Fantastic experience. Brooks, you said it better than anybody has when you told me this movie is all the movies.
Yes.
It's the director, the director takes a barrel of action movies and just throws a match on it filled with kerosene, lights it up, walks away in slow motion.
Brooks just described the first 10 minutes. It's not even enough to say that. This movie is the most outrageous piece of culture I have ever experienced, and I loved every second of it. What was your number 5, Brooks?
Mine was Violent Night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that.
I actually haven't seen it yet, I'm ashamed to say. I know.
Sounds like I need to give you my voodoo. I have it in 4K.
It does.
And because we don't ever share passwords with anyone else, I mean, obviously you can't have my voodoo either.
Dave Harbour with a sledgehammer, Angry Santa. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's Die Hard, it's Home Alone, it's Christmas, it's everything you could want from a movie like this, and it never pretends to be anything else for a split second.
All right, you've convinced me. I'll see it. Adam, what's your number 5?
And going along with Violent Night, I have it on good authority that straight and bi women get very flustered when he says you're being really naughty. The entire movie.
And he's so growly about it too.
He is, yeah. So so my number 5 was Wildcat. It was
my number 3.
Yeah, Wildcat. documentary, basically this kid, he comes back from Afghanistan, PTSD, depression, goes to the Amazon to help save wild animals and befriends this little wild cat and goes from there. And it's the thing I like most about this movie, and we talked about it at the UFCA Awards, you guys both heard me, was it's all about his dealing with mental health, but it's very, very important that it presents the fact that, the whole point of getting better with mental health isn't that you need to get fixed or become normal, which is what a lot of time movies or things about discussions about mental health kind of push forward. And it's very well done. It's gorgeous, and the meaning behind it, and maybe just for me personally, my own journey, it really stuck with me. And absolutely, and Brooks, you're the one who told us to watch it, so thank you.
Which is I was going to skip over it. It's a documentary. Yeah.
It's very good. I had one little beef with this, and it's the only reason it's not in mine. And I have this issue with a lot of documentaries. Some of it felt highly curated, set up a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of it felt a little thickly plotted, but the message, the people, the point of it all, I think is incredibly important. So I'm with you on that. Really, really excellent film. All right, let's go to number 4s. I'll start. My number 4, I know you guys are going to probably burst into laughter, but my number 4 is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And Brooks, we're not going to talk about whether or not it's an animated film. I don't care about that in this context. I don't care about that in this context. But for me, it's so sweet. It's so endearing. I know it's just a collection of the same jokes to a large degree that we saw in the YouTube videos,
but they work.
It holds together incredibly well. I'm a huge Jenny Slate person, and I just loved it. I watched it with my wife, and we didn't stop smiling for hours afterwards. That's my number 4. So, Adam, what's your number 4?
So my number 4 is Glass Onion, which I think we just talked enough about. So I think we'll just kind of leave it at that. But again, it was higher up on the list. RRR, triple R, however you want to say it, did bump it down. I did a lot of thought about it, but Glass Onion for all the things people already discussed.
All right. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree that it's wonderful because we already said so. Brooks, what's your number 4?
Mine was RRR.
Great minds think alike. Well,
crossovers.
Yeah, totally. I think there's going to be a lot of that on our list. So let's jump to our number 3 movies. So I would imagine that I'm the only person that has this in my top 5. Let's see if I'm right about that. My number 3 is a film that came out at Sundance starring Colin Farrell called After Yang. Near future sci-fi about an AI. It's gorgeously plotted, beautifully shot, an incredibly patient movie. And Colin Farrell had a year. He really had a good year. And if this is, I'm talking about, this is on my number 3 list, and it's only the second best performance that Colin Farrell gave this year. I just loved After Yang. Find a way to see it. It's not easy because it didn't get a big pickup and nobody's really talking about it. It's a real treasure.
I didn't know it existed until we got the screener, and then you never told me to watch it.
I should have. I'm telling you now. Watch it now. So tell me, what should I be watching? What's number 3 on your list, Brooks?
Mine was Wildcat.
Oh, good. Yeah, you said that before. Yeah. What about you, Adam? Number 3.
Mine was RRR. For everything we already said, it is. The way you were with Marcel was the way I was with RR or triple R, however we want to say it.
Yeah.
Is that I walked out of that thing with it's a long movie. I think it's a little bit too long.
It took me 3 treadmill runs to get through it.
But
it is long.
He just picks up a motorcycle and bashes someone with the head in it. And I just had this stupid grin on my face that lasted and I was sick when I watched it too, for like a good 2 hours afterwards. It was just, it's just so much fun and delightful. And it reminds you that this is what movies are about. Like, yes, you can have your period pieces and your dramas, but
which it is also.
Which it is too. Yeah, exactly. But it's about having fun and enjoying yourself. And I think there's too many movies, talking to you, Darren Aronofsky, that just want to focus on the bad and the horrible and the sad. Like you can be joyful in a movie and still have a great film.
It's 3 hours plus, and it doesn't feel like it.
No,
this is the movie. Yeah. This is the movie where he brings a zoo to a gunfight.
Yeah, he does.
So.
Yeah. And they're not even really on his side. That's the most incredible part of that scene.
No, they were just with him. They were just
because they try to attack him too.
They do.
But what does he do? He matrixes out of the way.
Yes,
he picks it up and throws that tiger at someone else.
I think, folks, what you're hearing is that you really have to go on Netflix and see this movie. Do not wait. All right. Now we're up to number 2. We're starting to get into that rarefied air now. We're really talking about incredible experiences. My number 2 of the year runs counter to the UFCA because this was their number one, but my number two was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I'm not even sure where to begin. Like the most creative and infectious depiction of multiverse I've seen on film ever. And there's been a lot of multiverse movies lately.
Oh, yeah.
This one is so perfect. And Michelle Yeoh, I've been a fan literally forever. And I just think this is her coming out party. This is the movie that's going to get her notice. If she doesn't win Everything Everywhere, then something is really wrong.
Well, I did think it was funny when we were doing our voting was that the only category that I think they were like, oh, it can't win in this one was best lead actor male, because there wasn't one.
There really isn't one. Yeah. Otherwise it would have. The Utah Film Critics Association adored this movie, and for good reason. So that's my number two. Adam's coughing, Brooks. So what's your number two? Let's go to you.
My number two is Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, just for you.
If you haven't heard episode 1, please go back. You'll understand that reference. I know how much you love this movie, so I'm going to keep my opinions to myself.
It's Weird Al. It's exactly what you expect it to be. You think it's a documentary? Who are you kidding? Come on. It's Weird Al. It's a spoof. You know what you're getting. It's walk hard. Yeah. It's like a walk hard style.
Yeah, it definitely is.
He just takes everything you thought you knew about biopics and turns it on its head and gives us exactly what we wanted.
That is all true. Whether or not it's good is something Brooks and I are disagreeing about. But...
Well, it counts if it makes you feel better. That was my number 10 movie of the year, so it didn't make top 5.
That's more appropriate.
It's not going to surprise you.
And Adam was going to vote for it for all the things.
I know.
I was, but here's the problem was because it was officially a TV show and not a movie. I couldn't nominate it for certain things.
Nope, we couldn't.
What is your number 2 then, Adam?
So I think my number 2 might be your number 1 counts. Banshees of Inisherin. We talked earlier, Colin Farrell's having a year. Like his performance in that is flawless. Yep. He plays such a dim-witted fool, but you can't help but root for him. And then you got Brendan Gleeson as Colm, and it's just this back and forth, like weird friendship, frenemy type thing. And then just the dark, biting comedy in it. Like you're sitting there the whole time laughing your butt off. I mean, literally almost nonstop laughing, while at the same time, like, this is so sad and depressing. I should not be laughing at this, but I'm sorry. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, something dies by choking on a finger. And I have never laughed so hard in a movie all year long, because you're like, oh my gosh, this is so absurd. It almost reminded me of The Lobster a little bit. It was just so absurd in certain areas, but there's nothing bad about it. I mean, it's sharp, it's funny. All the characters are likable, well, except for that one cop. You don't like him.
Definitely not.
But
you're not supposed to.
Right.
No, of course not. And the metaphors and things you can pull out of it, as far as like their friendship versus like the Civil War happening between the IRA and Ireland, the way he and his sister interact, everything about it, like the Banshee, who they never say is the Banshee, but she really is. It's near flawless. In fact, if it wasn't for Everything Everywhere All at Once, it would have been my number 1, because there's nothing I can find fault with in this movie. It's just an absolutely perfect film.
Well, that's the perfect transition to our number 1s, because I'm going to go first, and you're exactly right. That was my number 1 film of the year. In addition to everything you just said, Adam, which I agree with, what I love most about this movie is the same thing I said about After Yang, and it's the patience. It's a very, very meticulously plotted and patient film. And I think that is so hard to do these days. To tell a movie that's this quote unquote slow this well is impossible. And Martin McDonagh does it without any effort. It's gorgeous, gorgeous movie making. And I don't say near flawless. I just say flawless. I think it's perfect. Brooks, what's your number 1 movie of 2022?
My number 1 movies are a tie. Yep. First up is the most, well, maybe not the most obvious, but it's the one I probably talked about the most, was Nope. Good old Jordan Peele back. It does for the skies what Jaws does for water. I'm terrified driving in my car on the freeway now. I just look out at the skies and be like, I need to get home.
Yeah. It's in my top 10. I don't know about you, Adam. What'd you think of Nope?
I had a lot of fun with it. And what's really interesting is that's the movie, like, I remember I said when we were doing one of our test episodes, the one that's in the vault that's going to eventually come out when we're, something's going on with life.
When we're famous.
That was when we're famous. Yeah. When that was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And then it just became a movie I never got a chance to see. I kept on putting it off and putting it off. And then finally Brooks got it for me for my birthday.
Yeah.
And then it was like, so I actually watched it, and then I liked it a lot. It's probably my top 20. I don't think I put it in my top 10. I think Jordan Peele's still trying to get back to the level he was with Get Out, which it's kind of hard when like your debut film is such a masterpiece. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. I love sci-fi movies. I love trying to figure out what's going on. The characters were all amazing. The acting was fantastic. It didn't hit as hard as I was hoping it would. Maybe my expectations were just too high for it. I think
just
Brooks
don't love Jaws as much as I do.
I mean, I don't think anyone
Brooks
loves Jaws.
he does
I don't
love
think Steven
Jaws.
Spielberg loves Jaws more than you do. So
it's a perfect remake.
I'm going to say one thing about Jordan Peele that I think might get a lot of disagreement from you guys, and we can save it for another day, but I love Nope, love his movies. I thought Get Out was amazing. I do worry just a little bit that he's going down the path that M. Night did, and he's going to keep hitting the same weird note, and it's going to get old. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really want to be wrong. There's a look and feel, though, that he has that's been in all 3 films, and I do hope that he breaks out of it a little bit. Well, okay, so what managed to tie with that for you, Brooks?
Scream. Hello.
We have gone off the deep end now.
It's the perfect requel. It was everything I wanted it to be. It's been 11 years since we were in Woodsboro, and this was the perfect rabbit trick that they just pulled out, and it has one of the best motives, and it just gets better with time, especially if you're on the internet. So you probably have no idea what I would mean if I went, okay, Richie, if you say you don't like this movie.
Well, and here's the thing is it was infinitely better than Scream 4, which is horrible. So
and I even like that one. And Scream 4 is about to become even more canon with Scream 6.
I've seen exactly 0 minutes of Scream movies in my life. And I think this is going to be one of the long-standing themes of this show is how much Brooks loves horror, how much I don't, and how much Adam is in the middle. It's just going to be one of our themes.
Oh, no. I do like
Adam
horror a
loves
lot.
horror.
I like horror, but I'm not like, I don't seek it out like I think Brooks does. But I'm also
puts you in the middle. That's what the middle is defined. All right, Adam, bring it home. What's your number 1 movie of 2022?
Like I said earlier, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, Counts, you said how it takes this idea of a multiverse and does it better than anything else. And it's kind of funny because like, was it a month later was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness came out.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that I actually saw Everything Everywhere after that, because it would have ruined Doctor Strange for me. Because as much fun as that was, this just takes the idea of the multiverse and how you would interact with other places and just completely reinvents itself. Michelle Yeoh, I've loved since Crouching Tiger.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really interesting that, because of Crazy Rich Asians, which she was in, was the whole reason why we got what's the guy who was Short Round who came back acting for I can't ever remember his name.
Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah, exactly. He came back because of Crazy Rich Asians, because he's like, oh, I can play an Asian character and not be typecast like, when he was Short Round, for instance.
Or Data.
Or Data, yeah, because we've kind of hopefully matured somewhat in movie making in 40 years. But yeah, it's so much fun. There's so much action. It's bizarre. I mean, the everything bagel.
And googly eyes could make you cry.
Yeah, again, there's that scene in Universe where it's 2 rocks with googly eyes having a conversation in text, and I was bawling like a baby.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's everything I could have. It's everything I love about movies wrapped into one little thing, topped with a bow. And you've got Jamie Lee Curtis as an IRS auditor who is absolutely fantastic.
She steals every scene she's in. I think we all agree. The good thing about all of our top 5s is that every one of these movies is worth talking about. There's so much there. So there you have it, folks. Top 5 from each of us. Go see these movies if you haven't yet. Find a way. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about our Guilty Pleasures Murder Mystery Edition. We'll be right back. And we're back. Big Movie Mouth Off. We're going to talk now about our guilty pleasures. We're talking about murder mysteries here. Brooks, you go first.
Mine is A Simple Favor from Paul Feig.
Oh, yeah.
That just blew me away.
That's
so
not
good.
A guilty pleasure. That's just a straight up pleasure. That movie is
most people would
good.
Consider it a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It is a brilliant movie, but the problem is that not enough people have seen it. It's very underseen. It's not underrated because it's very highly rated.
Yeah, it's good.
Because those who do see it can see it for the amazingness that it is. It's the complete opposite of Gone Girl. It basically takes Gone Girl, gives it the Lifetime playbook and then runs it through the ringer.
It's really good. Mine is something from television, and it's from the 90s, and it's Cadfael. Do you guys know this show?
I've heard of it.
Derek Jacobi plays a Norman-era monk who solves murders and solves crimes. It is fantastic. It's very British television. It's the guiltiest of guilty pleasures, murder mystery style. What about you, Adam?
So one I saw as a kid, and I don't know if anyone's ever even heard of it. It's Murder by Death. It came out in the 70s.
I've heard of the title.
Check it out. It's very funny because it's similar to Glass Onion, where it's like an ensemble piece. It's kind of a take on murder mysteries where you've got all the different archetypes like Charlie Chan, Poirot, everyone coming to solve a murder mystery of the guy throwing the party. And it's written by Neil Simon. It was it's an absolutely fantastic, funny movie. That being said, it is a bit problematic. We do have like Peter Sellers and Yellowface playing a Chinese character.
Yikes.
So obviously it's not something, it's something that I think they could easily remake. And they kind of did with Glass Onion. You could see the influences, but definitely a hilarious movie. You definitely should go check it out. I mean, you'll laugh nonstop.
There you have it, our guilty pleasures. Brooks, yours was?
A Simple Favor.
Adam?
Murder by Death.
And mine were the Cadfael murder mysteries from the 90s. So we're going to take our last break on Big Movie Mouth Off, and we're going to come back and talk about coming attractions, things we're excited about. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. Coming attractions. These are things that we're excited about. They don't have to be a movie. They could be a television show, a video game, anything. I'm going to jump in first because I want to say this before anybody else does, although maybe they won't. But one of the things I'm really excited about now that we're in 2023, because I am a Christopher Nolan apologist, is I'm looking forward to Oppenheimer. I'm really looking forward to Oppenheimer. I think Cillian Murphy is
on your bandwagon, don't worry.
Good. Excellent.
Oh, same here.
So that's mine. What about you, Adam? What are you looking forward to?
Dune 2. Or Dune Part 2, I guess you could say.
You mean Dune, the rest of the movie?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's like when they split Deathly Hallows into two. I love the book. I mean, the original movie. You have to go watch the original movie because it's just out there and that crazy. David Lynch obviously took way too much acid before he made it.
And during,
yes. But I'm a big fan of Denis Villeneuve. I think the first one was fantastic. I loved every second of it.
Agreed.
And I can't wait to see how they wrap it up. Obviously, I've read the book. I know how it ends, but he just did such a masterful job with the source material on that first one because it's a very thinky, in your head book, and he managed to portray all of that while at the still time making it more of an action movie. So I can't wait for it.
Mega luxury casting in that film.
Yes.
Too. I mean, so good. What about you, Brooks? What's your coming attraction?
Well, mine, some of us see tomorrow. It's Megan.
Yes.
I don't care. I like my killer doll movies. I've got all the Chuckies. I've seen my fair share of Puppet Master. And I even like James Wan's Dead Silence, who happens to be the producer and has a story credit. And the director is a New Zealand director, Gerard Johnstone. And he did another movie called Housebound, which is phenomenal. And I believe it's on Tubi. So you should also check that out too.
If there was
ever a good idea of what you may be in for.
If there was ever a movie made for you, Brooks, it is M3GAN, Megan. I mean, this movie was made for you. So our coming attractions again. I'm looking forward to Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Adam?
Dune Part 2.
And Brooks?
Megan.
Well, there you have it. 3 things for the rest of you to look forward to as well. That's going to do it for this episode of Big Movie Mouth Off. We'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk about film, to probably argue about it a little bit.
Yes.
And until then, I'm Jeff Counts.
I'm Adam McDonald.
And I'm Brooks Bird.
Big Movie Mouth Off is produced and edited by me, Jeff Counts, and co-hosted by Brooks Bird and Adam McDonald. This episode and every episode of the show is dedicated to the memory of our founders, Jeff Michael Weiss, and my dear friend and partner in crime for over 5 years, the incomparable Jimmy Martin.